Good evening, everybody. It is October 29th, 11 p.m. It's Hurricane Sandy. If you can hear it in the background, that's my roof right now going crazy. I want to talk about excuses. I want you guys to have some knowledge when people give you excuses. And the first excuse is we're going to talk about is health. People have excuses about their health. You always hear people talking about, oh, my back is a mess. Oh, I heard this really bad knee. Once my knee gets better, once my back gets better, I go to the chiropractor, I can maybe start this business, or I have, Lyme disease, and right now I can't. And guys, let me just tell you something. The only two people that want to hear about your illnesses are doctors, your doctor, and your mortician. That's it. We don't want to hear about it, okay? It's just something that people don't want to hear about. It just brings everybody down. So keep it to yourself, or tell your people to keep it to themselves, okay? I have that attitude when somebody asks me how I'm doing. I say, I feel great. I feel great. I feel great. I feel so good that if I felt any better, I would be worried, okay? And that attitude, when you feel great and you tell people that you feel great, they start to feel great, okay? I mean, talking about your illness, talking about your bad health, that's like putting fertilizer on grass. It just grows it even more, okay? And there's an old saying that I felt pretty bad about not having any shoes until I met somebody who had no feet. So a lot of people use illness as an excuse. Look at President Roosevelt. He served 4 terms while he was in a wheelchair. He never complained about it. Okay, you have Arthur Ashe, who had to quit tennis because of heart issues, but he went on to become a very successful businessman. Okay, so there's a lot of successful people. I think it was Kennedy who had a lot of back problems and never complained about it. Okay, now let's talk about the excuse of age. People want to talk about the excuse of, I'm too old, I'm too young to start something now. I'm too old to start something now. I'm too young. I can't handle this much responsibility. And unfortunately, the media plays on that, showing old people out to the pasture and young people who butt off more than they can chew. But just remember this: Ronald Reagan was almost 70 years old when he became president of the United States. Okay, Mr. Sanders was collecting Social Security checks when he actually started KFC. The guys who started Apple were college students, and the guy who came up with Federal Express was also, actually no, the guys in Apple were in their 20s. The guy who started Federal Express was in college. So, basically it could be done. For every situation that the news media shows you he's too old, he's too young, I can show you situations where the opposite happened. These people were able to become successful because of that. So I want to talk about a couple other things here. Let's talk about the excuse of time. Oh, my favorite one, time. I have no time. Guys, a successful person will find the time to make anything happen because they accept the challenge, because they know that challenge will bring them more wealth. Okay, this lady last week, I called her to invite her to a presentation. She told me she had no time. She was working 50 hours a week. And I said, okay, but guess what? You work 50 hours a week. You sleep 51, that's average. That's 101. Now you eat 15 hours a week. That's 116. I'm going to give you 24 hours for relaxing, watching TV, spending time with your kids, making love, exercising, and I'm even going to give you an extra 4 hours to watch football a week, okay? That's about 140 some hours. Guess what? We have 168 hours in a week. You still have 24 hours. Even the most busiest people in the world still have 24 hours. So stop watching the electronic income reducer and make it happen. So when people say they don't have time, it's just they're not wanting to make the time, okay? Like I said, a busy person or a successful person does not hide behind any excuse about time. They want the extra work. They want it because they know it'll bring them more success. Now let's talk about the excuse of intelligence. People that think they're not smart enough. So a lot of people won't talk about this because who wants to admit that they feel not smart enough to do something, right? But we have to understand that we can never underestimate our own brain power or overestimate somebody else's brain power. Okay. Interest and enthusiasm is all you need in this business. In any new venture, that's all you need, okay? So brain power, can be some of the most successful people in the world are not as intelligent as some of the geniuses. And you have geniuses in the world who are some of the most unsuccessful people because they don't know how to deal with other people or how to use their brain power. It's not about your intelligence, it's about how you use what you have, okay? So, and your attitudes are always more important than your intelligence. I did very well in college. I actually got straight A's, but my intelligence is not what got me so successful in Ignite. It's been my attitude, it's been my confidence, it's been the way I portray myself, okay? And people that are successful will find a way to win and not lose. So let's talk about, and what is enthusiasm, by the way? in my definition, enthusiasm is the spirit of God within you. Okay, and there's another excuse I want to talk about. Let's see, is there another one? We talked about intelligence. We talked about age. We talked about health, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if I had another one on here I want to talk about. I guess that was it. Time and yeah, time, intelligence, health, and age. So those are 4 things I just wanted to go over really quick. If somebody brings any of those up, I'm too old. Let them know about Ronald Reagan. If they say they don't have time, tell them the breakdown: 50 hours for work, 50 hours for sleep, 24 hours for activities, 15 hours to eat, and explain to them they still have 24 hours. Okay, there's no excuse. If they don't think they're intelligent enough, explain to them it's not about intelligence. It's about attitude. It's about enthusiasm. Okay, and health. You know what? Tell your friend to call his mortician or call his doctor, because we don't want to hear about it. Okay, we want to feel great right now. If you repeat after me, I feel great, I feel great, I feel great, you're gonna feel great. You know, a couple times when I get in like a little bit of like I haven't eaten enough, or I get a little bit like I start feeling my energy coming down, I start feeling a little bit moody, what I've started doing is I start going like this. I just start smiling. Like, it's like right now, look, smile, guys, smile. When you smile, all of a sudden, even when you're in a bad mood, you keep doing it, it starts to bring feelings of happiness. Start going like this now. Look, think about it. What your mind now is associating you feeling like, down, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling moody. But smile, be happy. I'm telling you, you can overcome it. Next time you're feeling moody or upset, start to smile in the mirror at yourself. I'm telling you, you're gonna email me. You're gonna say, dude, I can't believe it. I started smiling and I felt better. So, no excuses. Let's get